Welcome everybody to
I Love You.
I Know. This is the signature podcast from the Prolonged Engagement. You can always find us here every Monday at noon on youtube.com/the Prolonged Engagement Show. Or you can go to our website at theprolongedengagement.com. There you can find links to this show in audio format on various podcasting services. Without further ado, my name is Kyle.
And I'm Sarah.
Let's get into it. So before I really get into it, I want to apologize for this microphone and how awful it has sounded for the last two episodes, and it sounds awful right now, I'm sure. So I have tried getting it to work. I've switched channels. I've done all different things, tried to figure out things on the camera, and I think that the microphone's just bad. So I'm sorry that I sound like I'm way off in the distance. I don't sound as full and nice as Sarah does. So sorry for that, but I'll have to see what I can do.
We'll have to fix it eventually.
I'll have to get I'll contact Rode about getting it repaired or something.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, you're just gonna have to bear with us here.
Yes.
Okay. So
we've done some pretty exciting things these past couple weekends.
So last weekend was the
we went up to St Augustine.
Yeah.
And we went to a brewery. No, brewery?
A distillery. The St Augustine Distillery.
Yeah.
And then we
ate at their food place.
Yeah, they have a restaurant at this distillery called the Ice Plant.
Yep.
And we did that, and then that day we went to, they have a wildlife preserve,
sanctuary,
like a sanctuary type deal
up in St Augustine.
Yeah, in St Augustine, where they have a bunch of
big cats and
wolves.
Yes,
coyotes,
all the beautiful wolves and coyotes and an attack deer.
And attack deer. And then
it's not, let me explain what I mean by an attack deer. Apparently this deer's super friendly with the people that raised it, but
it will hoof to death.
It will hoof to death anyone that it doesn't know.
Not good. Not good.
Thus an attack deer. And our tour guide was even like, this is the most dangerous animal here. And I thought that was hilarious because they had, what, I want to say 15?
It was a lot of big cats.
There was a lot of lions and tigers. Panthers.
Including an 800 to 900 pound liger.
Ligers?
Yeah.
Was it? No, they had leopards, not jaguars.
They had one jaguar.
They had a jaguar?
Yeah, they had two of them.
Okay, I'm terrible at telling apart jaguars and leopards. They're the one animal.
Because they had a black one, so
yeah.
It's got to be a jaguar.
Okay, I'm literally the worst at telling apart those two animals.
Leopard or jaguar, I can't remember.
I'm terrible at those two. Those are the only big cats that I'm like, I can't tell you apart.
Anyway,
I need someone to tell me a way to remember that because I'm terrible at it.
But we did all that.
Yeah.
And then the other cool thing that we did that we're going to talk about is there is a Star Wars VR experience that you can do at Disney Springs. And oh my God.
It is amazing.
It's incredible. So we're going to talk about that as well.
And we're also going to talk about the Edison, which is the new bar, restaurant / kind of speakeasy place at
Disney Springs.
Disney Springs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ate there, and then we did the hello Reese's.
Oh.
Reese's isn't used to. See, Alfie's used to it, as you can see. She's just laying here, but Reese's is not used to us just sitting in here, not petting him. So
yes, he's
gonna have to get used to it. Yes, you are. Go lay down.
We'll film your part in a bit, baby.
So anyway, all right, St. Augustine.
Yes.
So there's a distillery that's doing quite well. It's
it's awesome.
The St. Augustine Distillery, and they have rum, vodka, gin,
yeah,
and whiskey, right?
Yeah.
It was bourbon, right?
Yes, it was bourbon.
Yeah, it was bourbon.
And then they have like, is it vodka or rum? They have one of them that is actually distilled in the old bourbon barrels.
The gin
That's it.
the gin is aged in a bourbon barrel.
So it has a different complexity
So
to it.
it's gin, but it kind of tastes bourbony.
Yeah,
Really
it's
good.
really nice.
It's really, really good.
If you're not a gin drinker, but you like bourbon, it works for you.
Well, a couple of times I heard the guys that were like doing their spiel and whatnot, and they were saying, "Oh, well, we're really big, like gin converters here."
Yeah.
Yeah, because they do. I think that gin is like one of their big, like they like,
They truly believe in gin.
So, which I've grown a taste for gin.
Yeah,
over
I have
the
too.
Years, so that's very nice.
But it has to be in a special way.
And their bourbon barrel aged gin was
Heavenly.
it was really good.
Yeah.
Like really good. I was quite impressed with that.
Was that him growling?
No, he was whining.
Oh, that's
a few
it.
minutes ago. Yeah, I really really enjoyed that.
I do too.
And the free samples.
Yeah.
So that was cool. We didn't do the tour or anything, but we've been on tours before, so that wasn't really.
We didn't have time for the distillery tour because we had to get to the St. Augustine Big Cat Rescue.
Yeah, because
because they only have specific times throughout the day.
Yeah, it's called St. Augustine Wild Reserve, and they do tours of the facility.
But it's only at one time during the day, and that's at 2:00.
Yeah, so you have to get there. I think there's 2 times.
Oh, it was 2?
Yeah, I think there's 2
They were
times.
doing 2 that day.
Oh.
Because they had a special group coming in.
At any rate, they were doing it. I think that they have multiple times during the day. I think they do it like twice.
Okay. Because what they do is they feed the animals while you're there to show you the true power of them. Oh, they did have one bear.
They did have a bear. It was a brown bear, right?
Black bear.
Black bear?
Florida black bear.
Okay, black bear.
And because what they tell you is the normal way that they get these cats is through people who got them through the black market as pets.
A lot of them were that way, yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately. And to do that makes these cats highly dangerous.
In some cases.
Yeah.
In other cases, not so much. But.
Yeah, but it makes them impossible to ever release back into the wild.
Well, that's a given, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, most people won't know that, actually. Unfortunately. If an animal is raised around people, they can never go back.
Right.
It becomes an impossibility. Which, unfortunately, the reason I know that is because I work for SeaWorld, and people were like, well, why can't you just release the whales back to the wild? Well, you can't.
They would, yeah, they don't know how to...
They don't know how to hunt. They don't know how to talk. They don't know how to be whales.
Right.
So.
They only know how to communicate with each other.
With each other and the trainers.
Yeah. They don't know how to communicate with other whales. They don't know how to hunt, really.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
it's never...
They would starve.
Yeah.
You would literally be killing them if you put them back into the wild, so...
Same with these types of with these animals, the tigers, the liger, the lions. It just to do that to a big cat is heartbreaking. But I will admit that at the St. Augustine Wildlife Rescue Preserve, they are fantastic with those cats and the wolves as well. They are wonderful with them. They let the cats choose who is their, like, trainer. I wouldn't say trainer.
No.
Who's their caregiver.
They have everybody's a volunteer there, and so they all have. So the idea is that they kind of let the cats choose who the volunteer is to like take care of them, be their like their main caregiver, because you could tell like, because like in a bunch of cases they had where the tigers were they would go towards one person, and then if somebody else walked up towards their food,
oh no,
it was
bitch.
like But
And it was
that person
terrifying.
could stand there all day and not be a problem. It's just who the
cat or the wolf chose.
Yeah.
And they treated them so well.
Mm-hmm. They treat them as well as they can.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it was amazing. And there was one tiger in particular that they said was much smarter than the other ones. I don't know if you got to hear this story. I had to leave the main group because my back started hurting and I slipped in the mud. So there was one tiger in particular who had 18 locks on their cage because the damn thing knew how to open it.
Yeah, it was yeah, because they normally had how many?
3.
Like 3 locks.
3 locks for each door.
Yeah. So.
But that particular tiger had 18 overall.
Right, because it had figured out how to, get past the way that they were doing things.
Yeah.
Because in order to protect the volunteers, they would have two sections of the enclosure, and they would have like a what they called a guillotine, where they would lift it up, and it would come up. It was on a pulley system, and then the tigers would move into there. They'd put it down, and then somebody, a volunteer, would come in with it, with all the food.
Yeah.
And then so they said that they had one time they put down the guillotine, and the tiger had figured out how to
put their paw
underneath it and lift
then
it
raise it up.
Yeah.
So brilliant.
They said that they had a 300 guy in there, a 300-pound guy, not like a 300 guy, like buff, big, like this is Sparta type deal, not like 300 pounds.
Like roly-poly.
Yeah. And they said that he was carrying like this big thing of food, and they said that they'd never seen him run so fast in his life.
Because the tiger had gotten in with him.
Yeah, because all he had done was he was carrying this big thing of food, and he turns around and there's the tiger like standing right there next to him. So yeah, he fucking booked it. Yeah. I would have too.
And they also, the other thing that we learned is those big cats, for how big they are, they don't make a damn sound when walking. They are the most silent silent animals I've ever heard. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And then when you see them angry.
Yeah, the crazy thing was that they had, because they were feeding him like the whole time that we were doing. So like we'd move on to the next enclosure, and then they would feed that one. Move on to the next one, they'd feed that one, and so on and so forth. As one of the volunteers was giving their spiel, and so a lot of the times, so they would give them the food. They would open up the gate for it to come back in, and they said that the big cats, when there's no food involved,
they're total sweethearts.
A lot of them are sweet, where they'll come up and they'll like let them pet them, and
they want to be petted. They want attention paid.
They walk these fucking animals. Yeah. They put them on big leashes and walk them around the preserve.
And unlike a dog that will pull you, the big cats won't pull because it hurts their windpipe.
Yeah, they actually have a different throat structure, is what they told us. But they take these
massive
they
animals.
Take these 300-400 pound tigers that could literally they could just kill you with one swipe, and they take them out and walk them around the preserve. It's
incredible.
That kind of blew my mind a little bit when I heard that. But
I forgot they had the alert turkeys. They had the alert turkeys.
The alert turkeys?
Yeah. Remember how they had that whole gaggle of turkeys?
Yeah.
They're the alert turkeys.
Why?
Because if someone comes in that they don't know, they start.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe.
So they're like the alert system, and then you have the deer that just kills people.
Nice. I like killing deer.
Deer killer.
No, not deer killer. It's
killer deer.
Killer deer. Killing you because he doesn't know you.
And you're in his home.
So they would walk these things, and there are no problems. Nobody's been mauled to death.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you give these things food, and they're like the scariest creatures I've ever seen.
Yeah.
They get up there with that food, and they look at it, and they just they crouch down, they like stare at you and
Mm-hmm.
just give out these god awful growls and roars, and it's like, oh my god, like this thing is going to kill me
Yeah.
like right now. Fucking
It's
terrifying.
but it's incredible to see
Hmm.
how powerful and how truly scary they are.
Yeah.
Which
And it
they're
was nice to,
beautiful.
it was nice that they showed us this, because it was, because a lot of the time, like you said, it was people who were like, huh, I want a tiger.
Yeah. Tiger would be great as a pet. They're so
What
cute
was
as
the
cubs.
what was the one that said that she went to the Florida wildlife,
Oh, reserve and was like,
no,
oh
the
no, wildlife and
yeah, the cops, the wildlife
yes.
cops, whatever they're called, the Florida wildlife cops.
Mm-hmm.
And so they like, she went to them and said like, hey, I'm gonna get a tiger.
What do I need to know?
What do I need to know? And they were like, well, if you have a license for a
You
tiger,
know how to
you
take care of
already
it.
know. And she's like, I don't have a license and I don't have time for a license.
What do I need to know?
What do I need to know? And they're like, you're not getting a tiger.
Yeah.
If you don't have a license, you're not getting a tiger. And she's like, nah.
I don't need a
So
license.
she got a tiger from somebody out of state.
Yeah.
They sold her
Black market.
a tiger, and to an unlicensed person.
Mm-hmm.
And
Got herself some nice jail time there, though.
yeah, Florida wildlife came in and took the tiger.
Wildlife and something protection.
Yeah,
It's gonna kill me.
either way. Yeah. Oh, it's for Florida Wildlife Patrol, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
That
Florida
was killing
Wildlife
me.
Patrol came in, arrested her,
Yep.
put her in jail, and took the tiger.
Yep.
And the tiger ended up at the St Augustine Wild Reserve. Um, so one of those like that. There was a lynx, right?
Yeah. Beautiful.
Beautiful
Siberian.
lynx. That
Siberian Russian.
was
I'm terrible at remembering.
lived for a
2 years.
year and a half to 2 years. 2 years, right?
Yeah, in the garage, more than likely in a crate.
It wasn't in a crate.
Really?
It had full range of the garage. She said that the lady would turn on the light, throw some food in, and then shut the door.
Then why have the animal?
Because she was afraid of it. She got the animal,
I knew
and
that.
then the animal was aggressive.
Yes.
And then she was like, "Okay, well, I obviously can't
take care of this.
I just gotta feed it and
hope it dies one day."
And so eventually it got to them. They said it took them 3 years to get that cat to not be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very sad.
Which, that's heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
And the liger was heartbreaking to me.
Yeah.
I don't know about you.
They were.
One was, I remember one of the tigers was from Siegfried and Roy in Miami. But the liger in particular made me really.
It was one of those white tigers. Yeah.
Yeah. In particular, the liger to me was heartbreaking because not only was he sick, but he could barely move because
a liger is a male lion, female tiger, right?
Yeah.
That have offspring.
The other one is Tygon.
Yeah.
Which is a tiger male, lioness female.
Right.
And but it was heartbreaking because when you do that, when you force that breeding, you basically turn off the genes that command weight and size.
So she said that the size of this liger was the combined size and weight of
both parents.
So this was an 800-pound liger. It was gigantic.
Yeah, and it limped.
And it was like limping around like this poor thing.
It was heartbreaking to me because it's just not right.
Yeah.
And you could tell that the woman agreed with me. It wasn't right to do that. Because this poor thing was so miserable.
The great thing about it is that, like, even though some of them were having trouble getting around,
they were still treated wonderfully.
They were, yeah, because they're being given
Yeah.
veterinary treatment and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I mean, if these animals were in the wild the way that they were, I mean,
would
they would be dead.
they would be
Um,
scraps.
and what did they say about their the tigers that lived for a long time?
Oh, so traditionally tigers live,
Like 12 years in the wild,
I
something
want to
like
say
that. 10,
12,
10 or 12.
10, maybe 10 to 12 years, I want to say. But at the reserve,
They live the normal
lifespan of
lifespan
like,
of a house cat,
yeah, so
like 16, 17,
16 to
18
20
years.
years.
Yeah, I mean that was incredible.
It's incredible to see
Yeah.
animals that old and to see them in such wonderful condition at that
Mhm.
age.
I mean, all of these coats, like all of the coats of these
Are
animals
beautiful.
were they were all in great shape. They
Mm-hmm.
were all running around. They were all
Very alert.
they were all alert. It was like, and you could like when these people are talking about
You
taking
can
care of
tell
these
how much they
animals,
love them.
you can, yes, absolutely, 100%. You could sit there and be like, oh my God, these people really care about
Yeah,
these animals. It's really,
yeah.
really awesome.
And it was also very obvious with the wolves,
Hmm.
which we haven't really talked about.
Yeah, the wolves were, phew,
They
those were
were
incredible.
so cute, and so that's actually how I slipped, because I love wolves a lot. I just think they're amazing creatures and how beautiful they are, and I was paying attention to them
Hmm.
and to them running around, and they were all excited and they were like, friend, 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 friend. And I got distracted and it was muddy that day and I slipped.
Yeah.
And I ended up on the golf cart because I
Yep.
slipped.
Yep. The cool thing about the wolves was definitely their howling.
Oh my god, that was beautiful.
So, the woman who was doing like all the spiels and whatnot, she had on this thing like with a microphone. And it had like this little box
Mm-hmm.
in front of her that would amplify it.
Yeah,
And
speaker.
she's, yeah, like a speaker that would amplify her voice. And so like she started talking, and then all of a sudden the wolves just go woo out in the back.
Mm-hmm.
And then she would of course woo back to them.
Yeah,
um, so she was telling us how they recognize her voice,
yeah.
and they spit out a call like, where are you?
Where are you, friend? I want my
Yeah.
friend.
Uh-huh.
And
And
it's just, and
she got to the, and then like it's kind of like an oval, like
mm-hmm.
yeah, kind of like an oval. And then
It
so like
was,
all the wolves are on this other side, so we're on the complete opposite end.
yeah,
And she's like, "You guys want to try and call the wolves?" And so everyone, so like a few people are all like, "Ooh, whatever." And
mm-hmm.
she goes like, "Want to see something cool?" And she goes, "Ooh," and she starts doing it, and then all of a sudden erupts in.
Yes,
She was like, "They only held back to me,"
yeah.
and
It was really
I was
cool.
like, that's cool.
Yeah, and they did. I don't know if you got to hear the coyotes.
Yeah, they go yip yip.
Yep, 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 yep.
Yeah.
Because they can't howl.
Hmm.
So it's funny to me because we have a dog that howls,
Hmm.
and you can tell when Reese's bays,
Hmm.
because he has a very long, low howl. But then you hear like Snow, who can't howl, and he yips, and it's, to me that was just hilarious to hear like the wolves howl, and then to hear the coyotes yip, and I was like, that is amazing to me.
Yeah, weird. Fucking assholes.
Is he laying next to you?
No, because no, I don't know where he went. He's somewhere. The damn Katniss and Prim, they start the shit,
Mm-hmm. They
and
yip
then
though,
they start, and then Reese's is like, oh, time to howl, ooh, and then
and I
because
don't. We don't know what this little one does.
he doesn't, she doesn't want anything to do with it.
Yeah.
So they'll do that in the morning. Like I'm
Yeah.
trying to actually sleep in for like once in my life.
It's a
Fucking assholes.
cacophonous sound.
Ugh. Gross. Anyway.
But yes, so that was 2 weekends ago.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
No.
that
We
was
did all this in
MLK.
one weekend.
We did?
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like it. I am very tired, y'all. But we also went to the Void in Edison.
So the
I feel-
VR experience at Disney Springs is in a place called the Void. If you don't know where the Void is, it's around the corner from the co-op shop.
Yeah.
In Disney Springs, it's right across from Earl of Sandwich,
Yes.
over in the marketplace side. And what was it, like $30 a person,
Yeah,
or
I
something
think so.
like that to get in?
Yeah.
And it's a Star Wars VR. They
Yeah.
called it
Secrets of the Empire.
Secrets of the Empire, and
it
so
is
it
apparently
was
canon.
Yeah.
It is canon.
So and it's before Rogue One.
Yes.
Yeah. It takes place before Rogue One because you actually see Cassian in it.
Yeah.
You are a band of rebels.
Yes.
And you disguise yourself as stormtroopers to try and find this artifact or whatever at this.
The secret that the Empire has.
Yeah, some secret or whatever.
It's in this little box thing, and they just tell you, find this box.
Yeah, they're like, find this box. That's your idea. So you go in with 4 people. If you have less than 4 people, you get stuck with somebody else. So
with a single player.
There was like 3 people in front of us, and they got stuck with some rando.
Yeah.
So they got to fit you in, you know.
Yeah.
So it was 4 of us. We went with your parents,
Yeah.
so they did it as well, which I wasn't. I was
actually shocked.
Well,
because my mom doesn't like when
she
she
almost
can't
didn't
see
do
her
it.
feet.
She almost didn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. She put on the helmet and she was like, ah. But she's done RVR before.
Yeah.
So I was saying
but
that once
you
she
sit in our RVR.
Well, yeah. But she put on the helmet and it was dark. Like
Yeah.
the screen wasn't on yet, and so she got like really freaked out, and she was about to not do it.
Because it feels very claustrophobic when the screen's not on. Let me explain that.
Yeah.
So
Like
it's
when I
very
put on my
disheartening.
PSVR, I never put it on without.
No, the screen has to be on.
Yeah.
Because it's disheartening otherwise.
Mhm.
And
Because then you actually like your eyes then focus on the lenses
Yeah.
of the VR unit, and it's like, okay, this is too close to me, and it feels claustrophobic.
yes.
But once the
screen
is
came
on, then you feel like there's a world around you.
Yeah. And it's
So
okay.
that's good. The thing that really got me about this, the way that the VR was done.
Smell and temperature?
I'm talking about the actual
Oh.
headset and whatnot. They gave you this this backpack deal.
Yes.
So the backpack was, of course, on your back, and on the front of it, on the
Sherlock.
on the front of it was this vest that had these like
panels.
They looked like panels, kind of like a motocross.
Yes.
Jacket.
Protection jacket.
Yeah, like a motocross protection jacket. And I was like, I wonder what that's all about. And I was like, it must be just something to view you and whatever.
Yeah, it must be an easier way to view you.
And they didn't put anything on our hands.
No.
It was just the vest
and a band.
We
also got a band.
Yeah, they gave us a little band there, but you know.
But that was
only
help.
One hand.
Yeah.
That held it had a QR code on it,
mm-hmm.
and before you walked to get the stuff on,
yeah,
you had a little tablet that you chose your color and stuff like that,
which helps you to identify your teammates.
Right.
And it really sucks when someone else chooses the same damn color as you.
Your daddy.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be black.
And so then he chooses.
And he
black.
chooses
so
black.
We had 2 black. So the colors were like on the shoulder.
It was shoulder and arm.
Yeah. So it was. So you could tell who the other people were. Like I could tell who your mother was all the time, but I couldn't tell between you and your daddy. So, that was
that was interesting because so while you're in there, you're supposed to act like you're a stormtrooper to match into your environment.
Mm-hmm.
And so this was something that I thought of later. Because so I walk into a room and I see there's guns. I'm like, okay, we're going to need the guns. And so I actually reach out my hand and I pick up a gun.
There's guns.
They
You
are
can see the
physical
guns.
blasters.
You can see the guns, and then you reach out your hand to grab one, and it's an actual blaster that you pick up. So they had a real life blaster, and I mean it was heavy. It had some weight to it.
Yeah.
So you had this backpack thing on, and you put your visors on. They push you into this room. They're like, okay, pull them down. Pull them down over your head, and all of a sudden,
walk yourself in.
So we were in a small room, probably like 6 by 6, something like that. And then they're like, all right, pull them down. So pulled them down, and then all of a sudden, we're in a
transport ship headed to this stormtrooper base.
Yeah.
And we get told to come into this next part.
Yeah.
And sit down.
So I'm sitting there like, well, what the fuck? So now we've got the VR headsets on, and now we're walking into the next room, and there's like a bench that we have to sit in. So we all sit on the bench, and we can all look around and see each other.
Can't see our own legs, but
we can't see our own legs. But what we can see are these. Yeah. You can stick your hands out in front of you, and you can actually see them, and it's tracking your fingers too. So like I put my hand out like this, and I turned them, and then I went, and I was like articulating my fingers, and it was really doing what my fingers were doing.
Except for it really hated me.
It was fucking blowing my mind because I didn't know how they were doing it. I had no clue how they were doing it. I still don't know. And
but it's amazing to see.
So they have this. So in front of you, where you're looking, they have this this wall, and it's just a big open, like a window.
Yeah.
And then so you're like like a K2. The K2 is actually like it's actually driving K2. It.
No, there's a storm. There's a.
Buddy. The K2 is in the room with you, and there's a stormtrooper driving it. Yeah. Right, like you're like your Commander Cody type deals.
Yeah.
And then it gets to this part, and there's like a transport vehicle that comes off like this, and all of a sudden the door opens in front of you, and they're like, "Get out on that!" And I'm like, "Hurry up! Fuck, I'm getting out on that thing."
Hurry up!
We walk onto this platform, and all of a sudden there's no walls around you.
No.
There's nothing around you. It's just a platform that you're standing on, and then all of a sudden the platform starts moving.
And you feel like you're moving.
And so they're blowing air at you.
Yeah, but it's hot because this is a lava planet.
It's a fucking lava planet. It's like it's like the one, what's it called? Fuck. When that douchehead has the higher ground.
I hate you.
I saw a meme today. It was, "Give up, Anakin. I have the higher ground." He's like, and he's like, and then the next frame is
Darth.
It's Obi-Wan giving them the,
I don't know what that joke is, but okay.
I don't know if you.
I don't know.
Too late.
I don't know what that is. So
But he gives it, and he's like, "I hate you." So it was kind of funny.
I don't know. And so, but it was hot in there, and it smelled of molten rock.
It was really cool.
And so, like, it was incredible.
And then you walk into this next room, and they're like, "Oh, we have to override the elevator." And so, like, I look around, and I see, like, this lever, and I pulled out my hand, and I actually grab a lever and pull the lever down.
You did?
Yes.
I couldn't get over there to, like, feel it.
Yeah, there was a lever there.
So I just had to trust.
And so I grabbed the lever and I pulled it down. And I'm like, this is fucking blowing my mind.
Yeah.
And then we picked up the blasters and I got to shoot fucking stormtroopers.
Yeah.
That was the best thing ever.
And so my dad, actually, though, I was like, okay, maybe we could have gone through a little bit longer, like, stealthing this shit. Mm-hmm. I don't know, because my dad thought
the minute you handed in that blaster.
Yeah, the second we handed my dad the blaster, he shot Kyle.
So, he shoots, and we're like, oh god! All of a sudden, like the
Stormtroopers start swarming us.
you see like red lights, wah wah, and they're like, oh, intruders and shit. And so now we got to go back out into the corridor that we just came down.
Yeah, and start shooting.
And then start shooting this fucking stormtroopers.
We're
What I don't know is that the stormtrooper shoots me. Okay.
Oh, he did? Where?
The stormtrooper. Okay, I didn't really get shot here. I'm just trying to do it for them. Okay, can you just like not do this right now? Can we not do this right now? I'm just trying to do it because I don't want to spoil anything. Okay. Go with me, damn it.
Okay, well, I was thinking you were talking about the next area.
No.
Because I did get shot, where I didn't get shot.
That's when I got shot, was in the next. But I don't want to go into it. I want to, like, leave it here. I just want to talk about how cool the experience was, and then they need to do it. Because it's fucking cool.
It is. It is the most amazing, most incredible experience I've ever done.
Stormtroopers will shoot you.
Mm-hmm.
And when they shoot you, those pads that were on the front of your thing, they give, like, it almost feels like a shock. It's just a very violent buzz.
Yeah.
And it's...
But it's a very, very specific.
Yeah.
Because I was shot in the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
I got shot in the left shoulder. And I went like this.
Right.
Like, I actually got shot. I went... I was like, what the fuck? I got shot!
It's a violent buzz.
Yeah.
And I mean, at some points, like, I was getting hit, and I was like, that, like, is nearing on the side of being painful. Like
what?
But
it was an incredible feeling, because it made it so lifelike that suddenly, no, I have to dodge these blasts, or else I'm gonna get shot.
Right.
And I'm going to feel it.
And you want to shoot the other guys because they are shooting you, and it's
the first time in a video game you are feeling it.
Yeah.
And it's mind-blowing because of how ingenious this is.
Mm-hmm. I got a couple... Did you know that you could cock the blaster?
Yeah, I did.
It didn't really do anything?
No. Because I don't think for that game it did. I think they're going to have other ones in the future where you can use the second thing. I don't know.
Yeah, there was like a couple other buttons on there.
Yeah, there was. Yeah. I ended up messing with them all because I'm stupid.
Yeah, because the secondary button didn't do anything.
Yeah, secondary and the shotgun feature did nothing.
Yeah, but I just go.
It felt cool. I felt so cool doing it.
It felt fucking cool. We went into this one part, and like I see the stuff around you, and I'm just like, fucking get it. Like it was cool.
There's also another part where I do the ultimate Gryffindor thing, because I see the goal ahead of me, and I see no other way to get it, so I shoot my way through to get it. But I was like, "There's the goal."
Also, the nice thing is that like it doesn't matter. It didn't matter how many times you got shot. Like you were never going to die.
Yeah.
Like that was
nice.
That was nice about it because, I mean, it would have been cool if they would have sat there and been like, "You're dead," and then you have to redo it.
Yeah. But
for a gaming, that's the gamer in me.
Yeah, that's the gamer in us.
Wanting to be like, I need to get good, but.
We were pretty good.
For layman's people, like I didn't get shot. I fucking killed a lot more people than I got shot.
Yeah, I only got shot once. I had another experience though that I don't. The other experience I had left me with a dull feeling in the location where it happened because of certain factors of it.
Yeah,
But I was only shot once.
Right.
And then I got... Was your gun broken at the end?
Yeah.
So did it buzz in your hand?
I think so.
Because mine buzzed in my hand and I almost dropped it.
Yeah.
And I was so...
Well, because it kind of gave me a... And then I saw that it was broken.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Because I looked at it and I was just so mad. I was
fuck!
I was like,
well, you didn't want to shoot anymore, so...
I was about almost threw it down and like went to punch what was in front of me, and then I was like, I shouldn't do that.
Yeah, that's
I'm going to end up dying if I do that.
It's not gonna work.
But it's the Gryffindor in me being like, no, I'm not done. I'm fighting.
God, it was so fucking cool. I'm just
Yeah.
like, it was
I want to
just
go again.
I would fucking do it again in a heartbeat.
I
I
want to
don't
go
care. I
again.
don't care if I know. I mean, like this time I would see a lot more.
Yes.
I know what's happening.
Yeah.
So I feel like I could look around a little more and
Mhm.
figure out what the your fucking daddy shot me.
I know he did.
We walked into that one room and he shot me.
Just to shoot you.
No, I think he was just because he doesn't like. I mean,
Because he's not good at video games.
well, he's also a damn good liberal, and he's not up on the guns thing. So he just like I mean he was just holding it, and I think he just kind of just clicked it.
On accident.
He was just holding it out, and he clicked it, and it just so happened to be pointing in my direction, and all of a sudden I hear it in my ear because
Oh yeah, you also have headphones on so that you cannot hear the other players.
yeah, you can't hear the other people around you,
Mhm.
but there's a microphone on your unit, so you can hear the people that you're working
You can
with.
hear your team.
Because there's like 4 teams going through at the same
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Yeah. So
It's a
it's
huge.
because you
huge
you don't want to hear other people trying to do the same thing that you're
Yeah.
doing. That
'Cause
would
you-
be kind of lame.
Yeah.
But you can hear your teammates,
Which
so
was nice.
yeah. All of a sudden, I hear in my left ear, and then I get shot in my side, and I'm like ah! I was like, you fucking shot me, and he didn't care.
No,
Nah,
he thought it was funny.
Yeah, he didn't care.
But it was really wonderful. And then we also went to the Edison.
Yeah, we went to the Edison beforehand.
And they had spooky, scary skeletons on the silly symphony.
So, well, it's kind of like it's kind of speakeasy, kind of steampunkish.
Yeah.
It's like
Food
a
was
cool
fun.
version of the toothsome chocolate.
Yes. It's the better adult version of Twosomes.
'Cause I fucking like I hate that toothsome's got the way it did because
I
it was like
know.
really good.
It was so good, and it was so
really
much
good,
fun.
and then the
it,
last 2 times that we've been there, it's been awful.
it got so kitschy.
Ugh.
It got
And how do you
bad.
give a damn milkshake and it not be cold?
I don't know.
That's the second milkshake I got there that was not cold.
I don't know.
I digress.
But
the drinks were awesome.
Oh my
at the
God.
Edison, like really good.
yes, I had. What was the name of mine? Was mine like the Edison?
It was the Edison.
Yeah, and it was like honey and lemon and bourbon, and like lime.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, they were all good.
so simple.
And then we got
so tiny too. It could have been a shot.
we got candied bacon too for the
It was
appetizer.
so good.
That was real good.
I want
real
that again.
good. It was
I
good.
want that again. I want that like jelly it came with.
Oh, it was really good.
Yeah.
And then
I got the lamb burger.
Yeah, you got the lamb burger. I just got the regular burger. They're
so good.
It was really good. Their burgers were really good.
And I actually want to go back
They had
for
a
their
ton of
late
fucking
night
fries.
stuff.
Yeah, like they said at 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
At 10 they do
The
you gotta
area,
pay cover to get in after 10.
Yeah.
But they have it to where 10 after 10 it's like you have to like dress up.
Yes, you have to dress up, and they want you to actually dress up steampunk.
Yeah, they
if possible.
Yeah, and then people like there's performers that walk through and do sort of thing. They have like live performances and whatnot. So I think it would be cool to go.
I want to
late night, but I'm not like
I would totally do hair, makeup, everything in the theme. You know me. I love that type shit.
I know. I do know. But anyway, that was really good.
It was. And it was fun.
This
is one of our longer episodes.
Oh well. You gotta go. The Void is where you do the VR experience. Yes. And you have to reserve a spot online.
Yes. You have to reserve your tickets online.
Yeah.
You can walk in and get tickets, but you are not guaranteed a spot that way.
Yeah, you're not guaranteed that you're gonna get in there. Now, maybe if you're doing like a Disney Springs day, like if
you could do it, but
like if you're going to like go there in the morning, like
get your tickets, go to the park,
watch a movie, go to Splitsville, do things like that. If you're gonna like make a day of it, then you might be able to go there in the morning and get a time to come back later. But if you're,
I would not push that.
but that's only if you're coming to Disney for vacation.
True.
Like if you live in the area,
Just get it
just
online.
go online and do it, because you need to actually have a reservation. You will not get in otherwise, because it's and it's like $30 a pop. I think if you do it online, you have to pay like some sort of like a
You do have
convenience fee.
Yeah.
To reserve, but at least
But it's worth it.
But it's, oh my god, guys, especially if you've never done VR before,
Mm-hmm.
like you'll get fucking, it'll ruin it for you, because it's so fucking good.
Yeah, and something else that Kyle forgot to say,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of touch aspects to it. So like when we got onto the transporter to go up to the main building from our vehicle,
Mm-hmm.
I put my hand out to touch the door frame, and I could actually feel the door frame.
Yeah, it was hot.
Yeah, it was actually hot. So I went to touch, and I went ah! Like that, and he's like, I was like,
I mean, it wasn't like hot, like burn you.
No,
hot.
but it was hot enough that I went, oh shit.
Yeah, like, oh, that's hot.
That's hot. Oh, I did not know this. Yeah, they actually do have a height limit for it, and probably an age limit, because VR you can't do if your eyes aren't fully developed.
There were some little kids I saw doing it.
Little kids.
But I think they were like 10.
Yeah, I want to say they were like 10, 11, that age. They weren't younger. I did not see like 5-year-olds in there.
Well, I mean, they even say for PSVR, if you're younger than 12, you shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
So
because it can hurt your eyes. No, I did see one itty bitty, one like 5 or 6-year-old in there.
Yeah, there's no way that they.
But I don't think she did it.
Yeah, I don't think so. There's no way.
Yeah, she was too little.
Yeah.
But she was super cute.
Anyway, go out to the void, do that shit.
Yes,
like,
go to
seriously.
the void, go to the Edison, go support the wildlife reserve in St. Augustine. They are really good people doing a really good thing. So.
Anyway. All right, everybody. Well, that was...
I Love You.
I Know. This is the signature podcast from the Prolonged Engagement. You can find us here every single Friday. Not Fridays. Mondays at noon here on youtube.com/the Prolonged Engagement Show. We also have like a quick thing. If you do tpe.show, that'll do the same thing.
Yeah.
So.
And now on Wednesdays at noon, you can find Reese's Advice for a Happy Life.
So we did our first episode of that last week.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked it.
I love it. And, I think it's so cute.
Yeah, I hope that you guys like it as well.
Yeah. Please tell us what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe and ring that bell so that then you can get notifications of whenever we put up a show. And
until next week.
We'll see you then. Love you. Bye-bye.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. And if you want to subscribe, you should click over here. If you want to watch the latest episode of I Love You, I Know, click right here.
If you want to see our latest video, click right here. And if you want to see our latest Let's Play, click right here.
If you're listening on MP3,